Donald Trump goes bananas as Jasmine Crockett drops Ivanka and Jared marriage bomb on live TV, a phrase that captures not just a political spectacle but also a cultural moment that blends the volatility of American politics, the intensity of media sensationalism, and the sheer drama that often surrounds the Trump family, because what happened on that day was not merely another round of partisan sparring but rather a fusion of personal revelations, family tensions, and political consequences that exploded like fireworks in prime time, leaving viewers shocked, commentators scrambling, and the Trump camp reeling from the unexpected impact of Crockett's words, since Representative Jasmine Crockett, a rising Democratic star from Texas known for her unapologetic style, sharp tongue, and refusal to be intimidated, has already made a name for herself by confronting GOP figures directly in hearings and media appearances, and when she took the stage or sat in the studio that evening, she delivered not just a critique of Donald Trump's politics but a blow aimed at the heart of the carefully constructed narrative around Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner, the so-called royal couple of Trump world, whose marriage has long been paraded as a symbol of loyalty, unity, and glamour within the otherwise chaotic Trump dynasty, and the way Crockett framed her bombshell was calculated to sting, because she tied the alleged cracks in Ivanka and Jared's relationship to the broader narrative of Trump's legal troubles, political downfall, and unraveling empire, suggesting that not only is Trump losing in the courts and in the polls but that his family, too, is breaking apart under the immense weight of scandal, greed, and corruption, and as soon as the words left her lips, the air in the studio seemed to thicken, the audience gasped, and the internet lit up, with clips circulating on Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube within minutes, hashtags like #IvankaJared, #CrockettBomb, and #TrumpGoesBananas trending across platforms, while Trump's allies rushed to do damage control, blasting Crockett as a liar, an opportunist, and an agent of left-wing smears, yet the very force of their pushback only fueled speculation that she had hit a nerve, because when it comes to Trump and his image, family is not just personal, it is political currency, and any suggestion that Ivanka and Jared's marriage is in trouble threatens to destabilize the myth that Trump is the patriarch of an unbreakable dynasty, so of course Trump, according to insiders and leaks, erupted in private, screaming, pacing, slamming the phone, demanding to know why this garbage was allowed on air, calling his advisors incompetent, and reportedly even dialing Ivanka in a rage to demand reassurance, though Ivanka herself has reportedly grown more distant from her father in recent years, preferring to retreat to Miami life with Jared and their children, away from the non-stop chaos of Trump's legal woes, and this very distancing itself has been a source of gossip and speculation, with some insiders whispering that Jared feels Ivanka's continued association with Trump is toxic for their reputation, their business interests, and even their personal marriage, which gives Crockett's remarks a ring of credibility that could not easily be brushed aside, making Trump's meltdown not just emotional but strategic, because he understands how perception can shape political reality, and once an idea, like the supposed instability of Ivanka and Jared's marriage, lodges itself in the public imagination, it is almost impossible to uproot, especially when people already suspect cracks, because Ivanka and Jared skipped most of Trump's rallies, kept a conspicuous distance from the 2024 campaign trail, and were absent during many of his legal appearances, fueling rumors that they want nothing to do with another Trump presidency, and Crockett, skilled in political theater, tapped into that suspicion, weaponizing it to paint a picture of a Trump empire not only collapsing in courts and politics but imploding within its own gilded family walls, and as Trump watched the fallout, insiders say he lashed out at everyone around him, campaign staff, lawyers, even family members, blaming them for not protecting the narrative, while right-wing media scrambled to deny, distract, or deflect, some claiming Crockett fabricated everything, others pivoting to Hunter Biden or other favorite boogeymen, yet the fact that they could not ignore the story entirely showed just how potent the marriage bomb was, because normally right-wing media buries inconvenient stories, but this one had too much traction, too much viral momentum, too much juicy intrigue, and meanwhile, Crockett herself doubled down in follow-up interviews, refusing to retract her words, saying that Americans have a right to know when the first family of corruption is falling apart at the seams, a line that electrified her supporters and angered her opponents even further, as she framed the personal as political, arguing that Ivanka and Jared's alleged marital cracks reflect the corruption, hypocrisy, and dysfunction of the larger Trump machine, and commentators began debating whether this was a fair attack or an unnecessary invasion of privacy, but in politics, fairness is often irrelevant when the spectacle is irresistible, and what Crockett delivered was pure spectacle, which is why Trump went bananas, because he has spent decades cultivating an image of control, dominance, and family loyalty, and in one viral moment, Crockett pulled the curtain back, reminding everyone that the emperor may not only have no clothes but also no stable dynasty. And as the days rolled on, the reverberations of this moment did not die down but instead grew, with late-night comedians making jokes, satirical sketches going viral, memes portraying Trump in tantrums as Ivanka and Jared walk away arm in arm, and even some moderate Republicans quietly admitting that the optics were disastrous, because they already worry about suburban voters, especially women, turning away from Trump, and the idea that Ivanka, his most palatable family member, is pulling away or struggling in her marriage only reinforces the perception that Trump cannot hold his own family together, let alone the country. And so this one moment, this one bombshell from Jasmine Crockett, turned into a ripple effect of narrative damage, psychological warfare, and political consequence that will haunt Trump far beyond the single evening it aired, because politics in the modern era is not just about policy or ideology but about storylines, and Crockett wrote a storyline so compelling, so juicy, so viral, that Trump, with all his wealth, bluster, and rage, could not erase it, and that is why he went bananas, because in his world, perception is reality, and the perception now is that not only is his empire falling, not only is his campaign floundering, not only are his legal troubles mounting, but his family, the dynasty he always flaunted as his shield, is showing cracks in public view, and Crockett, whether by design or instinct, knew exactly how to press that nerve, leaving Trump screaming at televisions, phones, and aides, unable to control the narrative for once in his life, as America watched, laughed, debated, and waited for the next shoe to drop.